Meet our think tank. They've answered hundreds of general knowledge questions under exam conditions before the show. Their answers are in, but how helpful will they be to the three contestants? Playing the game are Gary, a local government officer from Poplar in London, Scott, an English teacher from Largs in North Ayrshire, and Emma, a personal assistant from Greenwich in London. This is Think Tank. Welcome to the show. Welcome, as ever, to our think tank. And what a charitable and friendly bunch they are. Retired engineer Len is a volunteer with the Stroke Association, and former holiday rep Ken helps run a social club for OAPs. Will they be as generous, then, to our contestants? They'll certainly be hoping so. So let's meet them. Gary, nice to see you. What's brought you here today?
My ex-wife suggested that I apply for this because she thought it would suit me. It's an affable show with lots of chatter, and she thought that would suit me down to the ground.
Any particular claims to fame, Gary?
I actually was on Top of the Pops dancing to David Bowie doing Starman on the 14th of April, 1972.
A day that stayed with you forever. Brilliant. And it's there forever for everybody to see?
Well, it appears so, indeed.
OK. Good to have you with us, Gary. Scott, welcome. You are an English teacher. Who do you teach to?
I've just moved back from Budapest. I was there for 5 years teaching English as a foreign language. And I ran my own school as well. I've done that in Spain and in England.
Oh, gosh.
Two separate schools.
You've got a lot of experience.
Yep.
Do you like your sport?
I'm a big sports nut, but rugby's my main sport. Played for about 20 years, and I'm actually an international rugby player.
Are you indeed?
I am, yes. The accent doesn't give it away, but I actually played rugby league for Hungary back in 2011.
You're living in Hungary, you knew how to play rugby league, and that got you in?
Pretty much, Bill, yep.
Mark, you've played rugby at quite a high level, haven't you?
Yeah, reasonably high level. I was good at running away from big, bad men. Renowned for having the cleanest shorts at the end of the game. A sign of true success.
All right, welcome. And Emma, you are a personal assistant. What did you do before that?
I was a mystery shopper.
Ooh.
I was undercover.
Jackie, were you a mystery shopper once?
I was a mystery diner. I used to go to restaurants and eat certain things.
Free food, then?
Yeah, along my lines, that, yeah. Free food, yeah.
OK. Any guilty pleasures, Emma?
Oh, loads. But I'd say top one's Coronation Street. Can't miss it, wouldn't miss it. I was born on a Wednesday at 7:30, and I do wonder if the strains of the theme tune are playing in the background.
OK. Welcome to all three of you. Now, over 3 rounds, our contestants will try to tap into the knowledge of the think tank to build up as much money as possible. The tankers have tried to answer all of the questions to the best of their ability, whether right or wrong. The 2 highest scorers go through to the final. Ultimately, though, just one will walk away with a cash prize. So let's play the first round. I'm going to ask you a question, then every member of the think tank will reveal the answer that they gave before the show. The correct answer is always there somewhere, but also could be some mistakes as well. Pick out the right answer, £200 is added to your prize fund. You get 2 questions each. Gary, you're up first. Here's a question we put to the think tank. In May 2016, which actress tweeted a photo of herself as Jane Bond during speculation about who would take over the role of 007? Have a think about that while we see what the think tank thought, starting with Mark.
Gillian Anderson.
Scully from The X-Files.
Gillian Anderson.
Meryl Streep.
Angelina Jolie.
Mrs. Tom Hiddleston.
Madonna.
Judi Dench.
Well, there is a right answer in there somewhere, Gary.
Yes. Immediately doesn't come to mind what it might be. Of course, Judi Dench is associated with James Bond because she was M. But the others, I think going on weight of numbers, perhaps Gillian Anderson will be the one I would go for.
So, you're saying Gillian Anderson. Let's see if you're right. You are. Gillian Anderson's the right answer. Well done. Tom Hiddleston, Idris Elba were the names being touted by the media at the time. And Scully from X-Files is Gillian Anderson.
So I kind of got it right.
Sort of ish. OK. Well done, Max and Mark, certainly for getting it bang on the money. And well done to you, Gary, £200 for you. Scott, you've seen how it works. Here's your first question. Which actor, writer and television personality stepped down from the board of Norwich City Football Club in 2016? Where did the think tank go with this?
Delia Smith.
Alan Carr.
David Morrissey.
Delia Smith.
Delia Smith.
Delia Smith.
Brian Ross.
Stephen Fry.
Well, half of the think tank going with Delia Smith. Does that make them right, though?
Do you go with weight of numbers? Do you go with the mystery man, Brian Ross, who I'm not sure who that is, Ken? Possibly the least famous actor, writer, television personality we've got going. Yeah, a lot of folks said Delia, but I don't think she's ever done any acting. I am going to go with Lucy's answer of Stephen Fry.
OK, you're saying it's Stephen Fry. Have you chosen correctly? Stephen Fry it is. Well done. Delia Smith, chosen by half of you, is a majority shareholder at Norwich City, but didn't step down from the board in 2016 and is not an actor. Lucy, how did you know that?
Well, I'm definitely not a football fan by any means, but I am a Stephen Fry fan, and I was following him, you know, in the media and whatnot, and find him a really interesting guy. So it's just one of those facts that sticks in your brain.
Oh, well
Was
done.
proved handy today.
Certainly did. OK. £200 to you, Scott. Well done. And Emma, we come to you for your first question. The town of Whitstable in Kent holds a well-known annual festival in July celebrating which type of seafood? What did the think tank pick for this, Mark?
Crab.
Crab.
Oysters.
Lobster.
Oysters.
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 Cockles.
Half of the think tank have chosen oysters. There are
Yeah.
some other maritime treats in there as well.
I wouldn't have known the answer to this question, but I read a book a couple of months ago and it's set in Whitstable, and I think the main character is called Pearl, and it links in with the oysters. That seems to be the top answer from the think tank, so I will go with oysters.
You're going with oysters. Let's see if you're right. Oysters it is. Well done. Ken, you been to the festival?
Yes, I actually met Brian Ross there.
Thanks, Ken.
And I didn't get it right, but I've been twice.
Oh.
And I spent ages trying to remember what it was, and I couldn't.
Well, you do have to answer a whole lot of questions very
Yeah,
quickly,
it
don't
was
you?
an
So
awful
sometimes you get a
hundreds.
quick memory freeze.
Yeah,
there you
that
go.
sometimes does happen.
That's a really good excuse, and we're going to buy it this time. All right. Well done, Emma. £200 for you. Gary, we come back to you for your second question. Which composer and lyricist wrote the stage musical Oliver? What did the think tank compose here? Mark?
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Lionel Bart.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Lionel Bart.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
6 of the think tank go for Andrew Lloyd Webber. Lionel Bart, the only other choice.
Right, well, Oliver's quite an old musical. I mean, you're looking at early 60s. So that would be a bit too old for Andrew Lloyd Webber's run of success. I'm convinced it's Lionel Bart.
Lionel Bart going against the overwhelming majority. Are you on the money here? You are indeed. Well done. Ken and Len got that one right. Well done. And £200 for you, Gary. Scott, here's your second question. The holiday resort of Benidorm is situated on which of the Spanish costas? Where did the think tank go with this?
Costa Blanca.
Costa del Sol.
Costa del Sol.
Costa del Sol.
Costa Blanca.
Costa del Sol.
Costa Blanca.
Costa Brava.
4 for the Costa del Sol, 3 Blancas and a Brava. What do you think?
Well, I used to run a school in Spain, and it was on the Costa de la Luz, which is the southwest. I know Costa del Sol is really popular with British holidaymakers, but despite the last question with Ken, I'm going to go for him this time. He's a man that knows what he's talking about with the travel and tourism, and I'm going to say Costa Blanca.
You're saying it's the Costa Blanca. Let's see if you're right. It is the Costa Blanca. Well done. In the province of Alicante in eastern Spain. And presumably, when you were a holiday rep, you worked there a bit, did you, Ken?
I actually lived and worked in Costa Almeria, which is not far from Costa de la Luz, where you live.
But you certainly know your Costas, don't you?
Yes, I do, yes.
And well done to Jackie and Mark for getting it right, as well as Ken. OK. £200 for you, Scott. Emma, we come to you now. In May 2016, it was announced that which female film star was to become a professor at the London School of Economics. Whom did the think tank choose for this one?
Angelina Jolie.
Natalie Portman.
Robin Wright.
Meryl Streep.
Angelina Jolie.
Kristen Stewart.
Taylor Swift.
Emma Watson.
7 different names to choose from there. Not terribly helpful, really, for you.
Hadn't heard about this at all. One thing that sticks out is being a professor, so I'd say that might rule out Emma Watson and Taylor Swift and Kristen Stewart because they're quite young. Out of those, the only one I know a little bit about is Angelina Jolie. I know she's become an ambassador and she's doing quite a bit on the world stage, so I'm wondering if she would maybe know a bit more about economics. And the fact that she's come up twice, I will go for Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie's your answer.
Yes.
Let's see if you're right. Angelina Jolie it is. Well done. And she'll be a visiting professor on the new master's course run by the Centre for Women, Peace and Security. So, well done.
Great.
So, £200 for you, Emma. And that brings us to the end of the first round. Let's take a look at how you're all doing. You're all tied on £400. Well done. Well, that was a perfect round from you all. A very rare occurrence, so well done. Let's see what happens in the next round, then. Every member of the think tank is holding 2 questions, which they answered correctly before the show. You're going to take it in turns to pick someone whose knowledge you think you can match. And for every correct answer, another £200 is added to your prize fund. The range of questions reflects their varied interests and knowledge. Once a think tanker has asked both of their questions, they can't be picked again, OK? Gary, you're going to go first. There's a whole bunch to choose from. So who is on your wavelength?
Well, I'm hoping Len might be on my wavelength.
Len.
Well, I think probably with this one here, we probably are going to be on the right wavelength here. Which singer and TV cowboy star had a famous horse called Trigger?
Well, that's taken us back in time to my childhood. I think I do know the answer, though. I think the answer to this is Roy Rogers.
Roy Rogers?
Spot on, Roy Rogers.
Well done. His real name was Leonard Franklin Sly.
Not very catchy, though.
Yeah, no. Hey, but he was the quintessential good guy in the white cowboy hat. Thank Alan hat.
The white horse.
Indeed. Well done, Gary. £200 added to your running total. Scott, you're up next, and you can still choose anyone you like.
I'll go for Mark, fellow rugby player and Scotsman.
Mark, our creative director.
OK, yeah. The Little Corporal was the nickname of which famous general?
Wish I hadn't chosen Mark. Going with little, I'll say Napoleon.
Napoleon, Mark.
Scott, it's an inspired guess. Well done.
Napoleon Bonaparte. And it was because he was petite and short. There you go. £200 to you, Scott. Emma, you're up next, and still all of the 8.
I'll go for Lucy.
Lucy.
I am a huge tennis fan. I particularly love when Wimbledon rolls round each year. And because of my avid watching of this, I know the answer to this question. So hopefully you have a similar interest and might know the answer too. What is the first name of Andy Murray's doubles-playing elder brother?
I'm not a sports fan at all, not a tennis fan at all, but just because they're always on the news and they're quite popular, I think that I know his name. I think it might be Jamie.
Jamie?
You think right, well done.
He won the Wimbledon mixed doubles in 2007 and the men's doubles at the Australian Open in 2016. He's also a Davis Cup winner. So a very talented doubles player.
Yeah, they're exceptionally talented,
Indeed.
the pair of them.
OK. £200 added to your running total. You're still playing the perfect game, you guys, so keep it up. Gary, who would you like to choose? Still anybody there?
Well, it worked last time, so I'll try Len again.
Retired engineer Len
Oh, I think we're back on the right track again. You like music and early 70s and maybe early 80s. Can the Can and Devilgate Drive were UK hits for which American singer in the 70s?
I've actually seen this singer and her band, and I know that it's Suzi Quatro.
Suzi Quatro?
Oh, he definitely knows, correct.
Well done. US singer and bass player, of course.
Yeah.
Was on Top of the Pops a lot. You might have been dancing behind her as well at some point. OK. Well done, Gary. £200 for you. Scott, we come to you. You can choose anyone, but not Len.
I'm going to pick Jackie.
Jackie.
I think that cloning is an interesting subject.
I don't know where she's going with that.
And when you look around, there's some you want to clone and others you want to destroy them all. But it is an interesting subject. So my question is, what was the name of the sheep, born in 1996, that was the world's first successfully cloned mammal?
I think that happened in Scotland, actually, over on the East Coast. And if I remember correctly, it was Dolly, the sheep.
Dolly?
Excellent.
Thank you.
Well done. You developed at the Roslin Institute at the University of Edinburgh. So, well done. £200 for you, Scott. Emma, we come to you. Still 7 of the 8, just not Len.
Max, I'll go for this time.
Max, our PR executive.
Well then, Emma, this question actually combines two of my real passions, literature and history. This is one of the great writers of 20th century, so hopefully you'll be able to answer this question. George Orwell was wounded fighting for the Republicans in which country's civil war?
I have no idea at all. Fighting for the Republicans, so just thinking of countries that have had civil wars round about his era. The only one that springs to mind is Spain?
Is that your answer?
Yes.
Spain?
You're absolutely right.
Oh.
Well done. And he recorded his experiences in the book Homage to Catalonia. £200 for you, Emma. You guys are on fire, I have to say. Still 100% for all of you so far. See if we can keep it up. Gary, who's your next choice? Still 7 to choose from.
I think I'll choose Ken, if I may.
Ken.
I hope you get this one. The Oscar-winning song Que Sera Sera is featured in which 1956 Alfred Hitchcock film?
That is a tough one. Well, the only film I can think of, I don't think it's a Hitchcock one, that might have something like Que Sera Sera in it, is a film called Roman Holiday. But I don't think that's a Hitchcock. So I'll go with that, Roman Holiday.
Roman Holiday, Ken?
Sadly, the film was called The Man Who Knew Too Much.
The Man Who Knew Too Much.
Clearly I didn't.
So someone had to trip up sooner or later. Never mind, Gary. You're still doing very well. Scott, we come to you, and still you can choose anyone you like apart from Len.
I think Diane's been quite quiet down the front there, unlike her, so I'll...
I'm always quiet. OK, I'm sure that you'll get this as you've travelled in Europe. What name is shared by a European country and one of the Wombles?
Pretty sure that Tobermory is not yet a country. I believe that was Great Uncle Bulgaria.
Bulgaria?
Absolutely right.
Thank you.
Other places featuring Wombles were Tomsk, Tobermory, as you mentioned, and Orinoco. Okay. So good geography amongst the Wombles. OK. £200 for you, Scott. Emma, we come to you again. And still, anyone but Len.
I'll go for Anisha, please.
Hi, Emma.
Hello.
So I was obsessed with this TV show as a child, so hopefully you know the answer. Which animated children's TV series followed the adventures of a young penguin who lives in an igloo?
Only one name springs to mind for an animated cartoon penguin, so I'll just have to say that, is Pingu.
Pingu?
Indeed, it is Pingu. Well done.
And Pingu first appeared in 1986. It seemed like it was made of plasticine.
He was made of plasticine, and I just loved the way he walked. And none of them spoke. It was just great.
No, but they had a funny way of talking.
What was the noise again?
And there's a little baby one, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's a baby one.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I used to watch it with my kids when they were little.
I loved it.
Yeah, they'd go off and do something else and I'd just carry on watching. All right, £200 for you, Emma, and that brings us to the end of the round. So let's see how your prize funds have changed. Gary's on £800 in the lead and tied on £1,000. Still the perfect score, Scott and Emma. Well, one of you will have to leave the game soon, but there's one last chance for any of you to take the lead. You're very tightly bunched. Gary, you can easily catch up. All of you are now going to be asked the same question. 2 members of the think tank will then tell you the answer they gave before the show and their reasons for giving it. Only one of them will have the right answer. If you side with the correct person, you add what will be an all-important £200 to your prize fund. 5 questions only before we have to say goodbye to one of you, so choose your answers carefully. And here is the first question. Which was the only part of the UK that was occupied by the Germans during World War II? Answers here from Ken and Lucy. Ken.
Well, of course, I was born in World War II, and I've also been to this place several times, and it's a marvellous place to go. They have lots of museums, lots of places that deal with the occupation. And the answer is Channel Islands.
Lucy?
The answer that I gave was Gibraltar. It would have been a very strategically placed occupation for Germany. It would have given them control of the Mediterranean Sea. So kind of on balance and in thinking in that geographical terms, I thought it's Gibraltar.
Ken's saying the Channel Islands. Lucy's gone for Gibraltar. Who do you think is right? Contestants, please lock your answers in. You're all saying the Channel Islands. Let's see if you're right. It's correct, Channel Islands, indeed. Channel Islands invaded in 1940, liberated after the Germans surrendered. Gibraltar, a very important naval base during the war, but not occupied by the Germans. So, £200 to all of you. Well done. And here is our next question. According to the Radio Times, over the course of the first 3,000 episodes of Desert Island Discs, who was the most requested classical composer? Anisha and Max taking this one on. Anisha?
So I'm not going to lie, guys, like classical music doesn't really make it onto my Spotify playlist, but I am aware of like certain songs by Beethoven's, like the Fifth Symphony and I think Ode to Joy. So I basically went with Beethoven as a composer.
Max?
Well, I went with Mozart. Obviously, he's arguably the greatest composer of the 18th century, started very young, was able to use one of the first pianos ever made, created an incredible body of work like Little Night Music and a range of amazing operas. So I thought he must be the one that the most people have requested on Desert Island Discs.
OK, Anisha's chosen Beethoven. Max has gone for Mozart. Who do you think is right? Please lock in your answers. All 3 of you are saying Mozart. Agreed again. Are you on the right lines?
Yes.
You are indeed. Mozart is the answer. 825 people chose Mozart. 732 chose Beethoven. Still a very popular choice. OK. £200 to all of you. Again, here's question number 3. In the Royal Navy, what rank is senior to a captain and junior to a rear admiral? Jackie and Len accepting the challenge on this one. Jackie.
As part of our travels, we like to go on cruises. We've been on 12 different cruises. And on one of the ships that we were on, it wasn't a captain, it was a Commodore. And very nice chap he was as well. But that's how I knew it, because it was a Commodore.
Len?
My answer is a Vice Admiral. I mean, as a child, I used to look through various books and odd comic books and whatever, and I remember Vice Admiral was one of the ones that popped up there.
All right. Jackie's saying Commodore. Len's gone for Vice Admiral. Who would you be saluting, contestants? Split verdict this time. Gary's gone for Vice Admiral. Scott and Emma say it's a Commodore. Who's right? Commodore it is. A Vice Admiral is above a Rear Admiral, but below an Admiral. So, £200 again to Scott and Emma. We come to question number 4. Who's the youngest actor to have played the role of the Doctor in Doctor Who? Mark and Ken having a go. Mark.
Well, I've gone for Matt Smith. I have to compliment him on his wonderful sartorial taste. He wore a Harris Tweed jacket in that. And a nice little dicky bow tie. So I think it was Matt Smith.
Ken?
Well, the only connection I've really got with Doctor Who is I was around when they used to have the blue police boxes on our street corners. The only one I can think of is David Tennant. I think he's quite young, and I think he probably is one of the youngest.
Mark's chosen Matt Smith. Ken's gone for David Tennant. Who do you think it is, contestants? Let's see what you've come up with. Unanimous verdict again for Matt Smith. Let's see if you're right. And Matt Smith is correct. Well done. Just 26 years old when he was announced as the new Doctor. OK, £200 to all of you, and that brings us to the final question in this round. Famagusta is a town on which island? Jackie and Diane going on this one. Jackie?
Famagusta is actually on Cyprus, and it's in northern Cyprus. It's definitely Cyprus.
Diane?
My daughter worked on a cruise ship for 3 years and she put little stars on all of the ports that she'd actually been to. And Famagusta is a town on Corfu.
OK. Jackie says it's Cyprus. Diane's gone for Corfu. Where do you think it is, contestants? Lock in your answers, please. All three of you, again, have gone with Cyprus. Are you right? Yes, you are. Cyprus it is. So £200 to each of you again, and that brings us to the end of the round and indeed the end of the main game. So let's take a look at how you're getting on. In the lead are Scott and Emma with £2,000. Trailing behind with £1,600 is Gary. So sadly, Gary, we have to say goodbye to you. But £1,600 is often a winning score. In fact, better than some other winning scores we've had. So you've done really brilliantly, Gary. Thanks very much for being with us. Hope you've enjoyed being here.
Yes, I have, Bill. Thanks very much indeed.
Well done, Scott and Emma. You two will now compete to take home the money you've earned in our final. Well, congratulations. You two are on fire. We've never had a situation where two contestants have had a perfect score going into the final. Absolutely fantastic. So well done. If you win, Scott, how would you spend your prize money?
Since I moved home from Europe, I've been living in my parents' spare room, so I would like to reward them for putting up with me. Putting me up. And send them on a nice holiday somewhere.
On their own?
Well, I don't think they'd appreciate me tagging along. So.
OK. And then you'd have the run of their home.
Shh.
Emma, what would you do?
I would like a trip on the Orient Express, and I'd take my mum.
Oh, that's nice.
So that would be lovely. That's always been a dream to do that.
All right, well, good luck. Let's see how you get on. Our final is a general knowledge battle. I'm going to ask you 5 questions each. Whoever gives the most correct answers takes home the money they've built up so far. You're not on your own, though. The think tank is still here to help you out if they can. You can choose someone to consult with before you answer the questions. Each member can only be picked once, though. And the difference in the final, compared to the rest of the show, is that they haven't seen any of these questions before, so they're just as much in the dark as you are. OK? Let's play the final. Scott, we're starting with you. Here's your first question. Tion T-Boz Watkins, Rosonda Chili Thomas, and Lisa Left Eye Lopez found fame as members of which group? Who would you like to choose here?
I think I'll go with Anisha for this one.
Anisha.
I'm so happy you came to me. Well, to give you a clue, if you take the first letter of each of their nicknames, you'll get it.
I'm so glad I asked you.
So just do it, and then you come up with the answer.
I would like to say TCL, but I won't. It's TLC.
It is, yeah.
I'm going to go with TLC.
You're saying it's TLC. Let's see if you're right. You are indeed. TLC it is. Hits include Waterfalls, No Scrubs, and Unpretty.
Okay. Many more.
And many
Catalogue
more.
of
Okay.
amazing hits.
Well done, Scott. You're off the mark. Emma, we come to you. Matt Busby was the manager of which football club from 1945 to 1969? A sport question for you. Who do you want to go with?
Len.
Well, I think you've chosen right. I think we got a good idea what this is. Because obviously this manager, but when the Busby Babes, which was the Munich Air disaster when the football team went over to Munich for like there was a European Cup it was then. And have you any idea who it is?
I think it might be Manchester United.
Yeah, you're spot on with that. Manchester United.
Yeah, Manchester United.
Is your answer? OK. Manchester United. Let's see if you're right. Yeah, you are indeed. And he was the manager, of course, at the time of the Munich air crash. You two have got 11 answers correct each, 22 between you. Absolutely phenomenal. Well done indeed. Scott, here's your second question. Which river, which formed the historic boundary between Yorkshire and Durham, enters the sea close to Middlesbrough? Who do you want to go for?
Going by accent, I think Jackie's from somewhere around that part of the world, so I'd maybe ask for her help here.
I'm from Lancashire.
I know, but
Yeah. Have you any idea?
the only river I can think of is the Tees, but...
I honestly can't think of a river that goes between Yorkshire and Durham.
Okay, well, I know Tyne is like Newcastle.
Tyne's
Here
Newcastle,
is
isn't
like
it?
Sunderland, so
Yeah.
I'm going to say Tees because
Tees.
it's the other river from the northeast I've heard of.
Going
Yeah.
for the T's.
Tees,
Your
yeah.
teas.
Let's see if you're right. T's it is, well done. Another right answer for you, Scott. 2-1 to you. Emma, your second question coming up. Who played Bert the Chimney Sweep in the 1964 film Mary Poppins? Who can help you here?
Max can help me here.
Well, let's see. I mean, it's slightly before my time, but it is one of
Am
those
I?
great children's films. I assume you'll have seen it as well.
Yep.
Have you got a rough idea of who Bert was played by?
Yes, I think doing the worst Cockney accent you have ever heard on screen, I think it's Dick Van Dyke.
Apples and pears. I think that's exactly right. I think it is Dick Van Dyke.
So your answer is,
Dick Van Dyke.
you're saying it's Dick Van Dyke. Let's see if you're right. Cool, blimey, you are. It's Dick Van Dyke. Did he say, "Cool, blimey, Mary Poppins"? He did, I think, at some
think he
point.
might have done,
Knees
yeah.
up, step in time, that sort of thing. Wonderful.
Something Australian. sounding
Unforgettable
like
accent.
that, yeah.
2-2. You're still playing the perfect game here. It's fantastic. Scott, you're up next. In Greek mythology, the gods lived on which mountain? Half of the think tank to choose here.
I'll go for Lucy, I think.
Lucy.
I only know downwards in Greek mythology to Hades.
That's telling about your personality.
Yes. Upwards, any ideas?
The only one I can think of is Mount Olympus.
Yeah.
The only mountain I've heard of.
Yeah,
You.
likewise.
Yeah.
So let's go. Then it's going to have to be the only answer we've got to
Yeah.
give.
We'll go. I will go for Mount Olympus, Bill. Please.
Mount Olympus. Are you right? Once again, you are. Mount Olympus it is. Well done, Scott. Emma, we come to you for your third question. Which Scottish hero was executed during the reign of Edward I on August the 23rd, 1305? Mark, Diane, or Ken to help you?
I'm going to go for Mark.
Yeah, I think we can work our way back from these dates. Bannockburn was 1314, but that was Robert the Bruce.
Right.
A little bit further back in time, there was the Battle of Stirling, where I think the answer to the question, this gentleman performed miracles with the help of a narrow bridge. I think it's William Wallace.
Your answer is what we're looking for, Emma.
Yeah, I'm going to completely trust Mark because I didn't know this at all. So I'm going to say William Wallace.
You're saying it's William Wallace. Let's see if you're right. You are indeed. William Wallace it is. And he was indeed the Scottish hero who won that victory over the English at the Battle of Stirling and was then played by Mel Gibson in Braveheart.
Amazing.
3-3, ever so tight between you. Scott, your turn. Riders and Polo are books by which author? Just Diane or Ken here?
I'll go for Ken. You seem like the kind of guy that would read these novels.
Well, yes, they're romantic, of course. That's me all.
That's why, yeah.
Actually, I do know this. Who do you think it is?
I think Jilly Cooper.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. Jilly Cooper.
Perfect. Okay, I'll say Jilly Cooper. Then.
Jilly Cooper. Have you chosen correctly? Jilly Cooper it is. Well done. Huge bestsellers known for their racy plot lines.
Oh, I would never read anything like that.
Scott, you're still on the perfect game. No pressure. Emma, fourth question for you. The Four Seasons is a 1725 work by which composer? Just Diane here to help you.
Hello.
Hello, Diane.
Now, with the Four Seasons, the only composer that comes to mind to me is Vivaldi.
Yes, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah? Okay.
Yep, it's Vivaldi.
You say it's Vivaldi.
Yep.
Let's see if you're right. Vivaldi it is. Well done. Four Seasons is a set of violin concerti, I suppose, and one of the best-selling classical works to date. So well done. Well, now the pressure's really going to tell, OK, because it's 4-all. Fifth question now. No think tankers left to help you out, so from here you're on your own. Crucial questions coming up. Scott, first for you. Mogadishu is the capital city of which country?
This is when hours wasted on quiz websites helps. I think the answer is Somalia.
Scott, you're saying it's Somalia. Let's see if you've chosen correctly. Somalia it is. Well done. A major port just north of the equator on the Indian Ocean. Well done, Scott. Emma, you've had a flawless game so far. 14 answers on the trot correct. But now you have to get this one right, or else Scott will be our winner today. OK, good luck. Here we go. Taboo and Fergie have found fame as members of which music group?
I think it's the Black Eyed Peas.
That's your answer?
Yep.
Came to it very quickly. OK. Taboo and Fergie have found fame as members of which music group? You're saying it's the Black Eyed Peas. This to stay in the game. Let's see if you're right. Black Eyed Peas it is, of course you're right. Along with will.i.am and Apple the App, the other members of the group. Gosh, you are phenomenal, you two. You really are. That's 15 answers each right. No mistakes. Sooner or later, someone's going to have to slip up, I'm afraid. After 5 questions each, your scores are tied. We're going to go to sudden death. All the members of the think tank have been used up, so you are on your own until we find a winner. All right, Scott, here is your next question. Lady Chatterley's Lover and Sons and Lovers are books by which author?
A bit before my time. And as we discussed earlier, I don't read these racy things. If I remember correctly, Lady Chatterley's Lover was by D.H. Lawrence.
Lady Chatterley's Lover and Sons and Lovers are books by which author? You're saying it's D.H. Lawrence. Let's see if you're right. D.H. Lawrence is correct. Well done. Oh, Emma, once again, you're under pressure, I'm afraid. To stay in the game, you've got to get this one right.
OK.
Who played Watson opposite Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock Holmes in 2 films directed by Guy Ritchie?
Somebody springs to mind, but I'm not sure if it's correct, if they're just in that film or they're Watson. And then the name that springs to mind is Jude Law.
Is that your answer?
That's my answer, Jude Law.
You're saying it's Jude Law. You have to have this one right in order to stay in today's game. Jude Law is correct. It also starred Mark Strong and Rachel McAdams. Neck and neck, still tied. And how we're going to separate you two? Going to have to keep trying. Scott, here we go. In 2016, who became the first English cricketer to score 10,000 Test match runs?
Used to play a bit of cricket when I was a kid. I think the answer to this is the captain, Alistair Cook.
You're saying it's Alistair Cook? Let's see if you're right. Alistair Cook is correct. Left-handed opening batsman who's played more than 120 Test matches for England. So, Emma, pressure's back on you once again. You're doing brilliantly so far, though. Here's your next question. What type of animal is a muntjac?
I have heard the word. The only word that springs to mind coming after it is toad. So that's, because I'm not sure that's what I'm going to give as my answer, toad.
Toad is your answer?
Yes.
What type of animal is a muntjac? You're saying it's a toad. You need to be right now, Emma, to stay in the game. Otherwise, Scott will be our winner today. So, is toad correct? It's a deer. Congratulations, Scott, though. You are today's winner. Well done. What an epic battle that was. Absolutely extraordinary. Really, really brilliantly done. Honestly, Emma, you've been absolutely fantastic. Really well done. I'm afraid you're not taking anything home, but you've certainly given us all an amazing memory of your time on here. I hope you've enjoyed being here too.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Thanks, Bill.
Really terrific. Thank you. Scott, as our winner, you're definitely taking home your prize of £2,000. Shortly, you'll have the chance to add an extra £1,000 to your winnings. First, though, let's see if we can find the think tanker who gave the most correct answers during the show. Not nearly as many as you gave, by the way. Who was it? Jackie, well done. Good job, well done. Scott, you have one last chance now, seriously, to boost your prize as you face our question impossible. Scott, were you good at exams at school?
Yes.
Because you're on 100% so far.
School was a long time ago, though.
Yeah? No, but you're heading for the perfect game.
That's putting some pressure on there. Thanks.
That's what we do. Well, here we go. This is the toughest question of the whole show because no one in the think tank answered it correctly. If you can achieve what none of them could and give us a correct answer, that extra £1,000 will be yours. Let's take a look then at your question impossible. By area, which is the largest country in Africa? Have a think about that. We'll give you a bit of assistance because we'll take a look at the wrong answers that the think tank gave us earlier, OK? And this will rule a few things out, we hope. So here's what they came up with. Sudan, South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, Nigeria, and Namibia. It's none of those. So which country is it?
It's either Algeria or the Democratic Republic of Congo. I was really hoping that one of those two would appear there. I'll say DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo.
By area, which is the largest country in Africa. Right now, you have £2,000. This would be to take your prize up to £3,000. You've had every single question right so far. Are you going to be right with this one? Let's see. You're saying it's Democratic Republic of Congo. Is that correct? Oh, dear.
Oh. You just knew that was going to happen.
Then you had it. You had it. Did you flip a coin in your head?
I don't know. You just knew that was going to happen.
Well, I don't know. You're doing so very, very well. Hard lines. The largest country used to be Sudan, but since South Sudan achieved independence, that title's moved on to Algeria. Hard luck indeed. You didn't conquer the question impossible. Still leaving you with £2,000, a tidy sum. You're going to give it to your parents?
Yeah, they're going to have a great holiday now.
OK. Yeah, OK. And because you're living at home, you want to pay them back a little bit?
Yep.
So when's the party?
I'll make sure your invitation's in the post.
OK. Well done. You played an absolutely fantastic game, Scott. Thanks ever so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Join us next time when 3 more contestants will see whether they can bank on the think tank. Till then, it's goodbye from them.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Bye-bye.